Are you looking to sell your home right now? Higher interest rates, talk about the economy. I get it. Let's talk.
Here, just read this. What is it? A well thought out and organized list of complaints.
Welcome back, welcome home. It's Justin, your local real estate agent. I hope you're having an excellent, wonderful day. This video will cover 4 tips to help you get your home sold in the current market we have right now. It's no longer 2021 or the beginning of 2022. Rates have doubled, but you still have an opportunity to get your home sold at a great price and great terms. So let's get straight to these tips. We will talk about price, but we'll keep that at the end because I want you to think about it a little bit differently. First tip we have to expand our pool of buyers, okay? So what I mean by that is I see sometimes in a lot of descriptions, and some of my clients have requested it, that they're looking for a buyer that fits a specific profile. Maybe they want them to have a conventional loan, because I've heard a lot of terrible things about FHA loans. Maybe they want them to put down a higher down payment than the loan program actually requires. But really at this point, we need to get more buyers in so we can get you the best price and terms possible. So we definitely want to be a little more flexible when it comes to the guidelines that we have for buyers. Doesn't mean that someone without a pre-approval or without their proof of funds can get an accepted offer and go into contract. No, I'm not talking about that. But if they have an FHA loan to buy your single family house instead of a conventional, well, and with their 3.5% down payment, if they're qualified, right, they meet they're giving you the price that you want, agreeable terms, and we got nothing else on the table to look at, or we got a few other offers that aren't as strong as this one, let's take this offer, okay? Now, I did have a video way back yonder on cross qualification, so that is a great way to check to make sure that the buyer who's coming to your home and making an offer is indeed qualified to purchase it. So I'll put a link, whatever YouTube does, to that video, and I'll also drop a link down in the comments below so you can check it out after this one. Cross qualification can definitely be very helpful in this market, especially if you're expanding the pool of buyers that we're going to be entertaining. Number 2, incentives for the buyers. Okay, what are we talking about when we mean incentives? Excuse me. We be talking about honoring or looking at repair requests, right? We saw a ton of as-is sales. Sellers didn't have to do anything. It was great for them, great for us. It was good. But now we have to have a little more give. The market has shifted. We always talk about location. We also have to discuss market. These two things are just as important. Things that we can do. We can let the buyers do a seller's subsidy. We can let them do a seller's concession, right? We have videos covering both of those things, so I'll link to them above. Also, we got to go back to the old ways when it comes to that showing schedule, trying to be as flexible as possible against a weekend, some evening, to just trying to accommodate buyer schedules. So we have to think about the people that we want to come into our home. We need as much foot traffic as possible to squeeze out every single cent of that house. All right, we want to make sure you get as much money in your pocket as possible in the easiest, smoothest way as possible. Number 3, if you're ready, act now. Don't wait. We're likely looking at another rate increase coming soon. I know rates, you may have heard rates have come down a little bit. It fluctuates, honestly. Talk to a lender because it's like a day-to-day thing they're monitoring. But rates likely to be raised again by the Fed. Also, we keep hearing about people are worried about the economy, different things of that sort. So if you're ready to go now, go now. Don't delay, hoping that you'll have a much better market in 2-3 months. There's no guarantee of that. Also, if you're gonna be on the buying end, these things kind of, can wash themselves out. So if you're selling at a little bit lower price than you may have anticipated, you may also be, or you're very likely to also be buying at a lower price than you may have anticipated, right? Because the market is the market. Now, of course, there's variation across the different regions, but this is something that you can likely consider. So don't just think, especially if you're selling or buying, what am I losing out on in terms of money? Well, what are you gaining on the buying side? And also, what are you losing out on for not selling now? Like, why do you need to sell? Your motivation is the most important thing here. So you also have to keep that in mind. Price. Okay, now let's talk. Your neighbor's home sold in end of July for $50,000 more than what I or another realtor is recommending you put your home on the market for today. I feel your pain.
I couldn't help but notice your pain.
My pain?
It runs deep. Share it with me.
I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Now, why? This goes back to our market comment from earlier. They sold their house at the end of July, but that is not a July price. That house likely went into contract maybe a month, maybe even 2 months earlier, right? And then after that, the bank had to do all their processing, blah, blah, you know, things take their time sometimes to get a closing done. But let's say they sold end of July, but their house really went into contract end of May. The interest rate environment in May, when the buyer locked their interest rate and likely kept it locked until they closed, what was it, 4%? Maybe 5%, depending on their profile. We're looking at a market now in 6.5%, 7s, fluctuating, could be higher depending on the buyer with 8%. We're in a much higher interest rate environment. Interest rates have made buying more expensive. That means there's less money to go around. Buyers' purchasing power have decreased. Even though your home might be a little bit better, because what I hear a lot, it's better than my neighbor's home, it's bigger, I finished the basement, I got an extra half bathroom. All good things, great things, and that helps hold on to the value, but we can't expect to go above what they went if our homes were pretty similar otherwise, and we're in a completely different market where the dynamics have shifted tremendously. So when you're looking at comparables, when we're reviewing comparables, I always tell my folks, listen, you're seeing this something that sold 6 months ago, but really think this might be a 7 or 8 month old price, right? 7 or 8 month old price, okay? So that's what we got to keep in mind when it comes to pricing our properties right now. And then we have to actually go test the market and see what we're going to come up with. Now, those are 4 things you can do to get your home sold now in a higher rate environment, or environment where, you know, demand is not ridiculously outpacing supply like it was for a year and a half or so. It can still get done. We will adjust the plan accordingly as we need to. All right. So of course, before you go, drop a like on this video, please. Make sure to slam that subscribe button if you haven't, and check out the next video that we have also about getting your home sold. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you soon.